Hello, Bia. Good morning. How are you? Well, I hope you are okay. Is there anybody else there? As I see two users, not quite sure if there is somebody else. No, B, this is the thing, Dani, the coordinator, she told us that she didn't send the warnings, the letter, the communication letter to the families. So that's why I am here today, because she said she didn't send the letters to the parents. So we should come on live lessons, and then by next week probably she will have time to send the letters, and then we go on just using the platform. Okay, so B, what I thought for today, as we've been talking about the emotional intelligence subject, I want to do some meditation technique, some breathing techniques here. And then after the breathing techniques, I'd like you to interact with me in some ways by drawing, okay? Although I'm not going to be able to see your drawing, you could definitely work on a drawing, and then you can either email me that or you can show me that our next class on Wednesday, okay? Which is also going to be my birthday. Yay! On Wednesday, next Wednesday is my birthday. Really? That's amazing, B. It makes me so happy to know that it's helping you and that your mommy is happy with it. That makes me happy. I do work on meditation and yoga techniques, B, because I believe in the world to be a better place for all of us. And I believe that when we are able to breathe and clear our minds, we become better human beings, and we learn a little bit about ourselves, and we learn to respect others as well. So that's very cool. I'm happy with it. Okay. So if you want, separate a notebook there if you do have one, like a scribble notebook, or you can either just have a sheet of paper and some crayons. I think it's interesting on this one for us to use some colors, okay? What are we going to do then? Let's remember that we have to sit properly. So we are going to make sure that our spine is really straight, that both our feet are fully touching the floor. And we can either keep our hands palms down or palms up. I like to keep it palms up on the top of my lap, But if you want to keep it on the table, it's totally fine as well. Okay, let's make sure that our spine is very straight and coming along with our neck and our butt as we sit on it. Let's imagine there is this invisible line connecting the tip of our heads to the ceiling, as if it's making a pulling exercise, Let's relax and put our shoulders down, not up like this, down. Let's try to relax our frowns over here on our forehead and eyes. Let's relax our, I forgot our mouth over here, our jaw, the jaw, okay? Relax our tongue, make it light. And as we go, we are gonna count until 10. So we are gonna breathe 10 times, very naturally, okay? You can close your eyes. I'm gonna close mine. And we are gonna breathe in and out very naturally. Okay, I completed my 10 breathings. If you completed it faster than me, probably you are breathing faster. So you're breathing more like very short. Let's say you're taking short breathings and you're breathing out very quickly as well. So probably you are feeling not very calming and soothing feelings. Yes, you're probably feeling a bit anxious, or you were doing many things earlier today, or you were studying, or you were thinking about tests and maybe what you're going to do tomorrow. And then your head is like going crazy, crazy, crazy. When we breathe too fast, usually it's connected to a feeling that's not a very calming feeling. So now, B, why did I ask you the paper? I want you to draw what you were feeling. Try to use the colors. So, for example, me today, I would use some very pastel tones because I'm feeling calm today. I'm feeling really relaxed. This is how I woke up today. So, I would be drawing like light greens and light blues, maybe a bit of yellow, but very pastel tones. Maybe a light pink, something like that, like orange. I would go for these earth tones. And what I can see, what I could think about when I was breathing naturally was a green area with a very huge sunset. So that's why I'm talking about those colors, because that's the kind of feeling I had when I was breathing naturally. But of course, some days I wake up and I breathe naturally, thinking about cars going very fast and the asphalt. So it's all gray and black and kind of white and things like that. Okay. So what I wanted to do now is to focus on the colors that could connect to how you felt as you breathe the 10 times, as you breathe the last 10 times, like very naturally. I'm going to give you some, I would say like 60 seconds, 1 minute, so you can do that. And then we can get back. If you'd like to, you can even share with me on our chat. You can even tell me what kind of colors you think connected more to the feeling and to the way you were breathing. Or you can tell me if you were imagining a place, or even you can tell me what were you feeling, the adjective, how you felt. Okay, you're drawing a heartbeat. That's amazing. Were you paying attention at your heartbeats, like toot, 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 toot? Or was it more like tum 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 tum? Ah, okay, good. Very good. As soon as you finish drawing, let me know. Then we are going to go for the second part of our breathing. It's going to be cool. Okay, great. So now this is what we are going to do. Remember to observe your posture. Make sure that your belly is not like this, like, make sure that your butt is here, so you are sitting straight. Your spine, your back is going to be very straight. Not like this, not like this. And then we are going to put our elbows on the table and keep our hands facing the computer like this, okay? And as we breathe in, we are going to close our hands, tighten our fists. You can either choose to do like this or like this, whatever it feels more comfortable for you. And then we are going to count until 3 as we breathe in. And then we are going to hold until 3 as we don't breathe, we just hold. And then we are going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 as we breathe out. Okay? Remember that the breathing is going to be all through our nose. We are going to keep our mouth shut. Okay? So let's go there. I breathe in and I close my hands and I count to 3. Hold and count to 3. And then breathe out, counting to 6. Ah, eu esqueci. I forgot. As we breathe out, we release our hands, okay? So I'm not gonna speak now. I'm just gonna do it because it's gonna be better for you to understand how we are gonna do. Elbows on the table, and then I go there, breathing. Let's do it 3 more times. Breathe in, count to 3, and press your fingers. Hold 1, 2, 3. Breathe out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's go again. We are going to do 5 times, okay? 5 cycles of this breathing. One more time. Open your eyes, relax. Circles with your shoulders to the front and to the back. Now, probably you can either tell me that you lost the count of the numbers and the movements with the hands, or you can tell me that you started thinking about something else. You weren't paying attention at the numbers or the breathing or the hands. Or you can tell me that that was cool. I could do it. I could totally manage. I was concentrated. I was focused on the numbers and the breathing. I wasn't thinking of anything else. Do you want to share it with us, B? So let's say that you totally concentrated. Then if you were totally concentrated in the numbers and on the movements that you have to do with your hands, you probably just felt relaxed. Or you can tell me, like myself, for example, I noticed that while I am holding my breath, my shoulders get a little bit of tension and they go up a little bit because I tension it as I hold my breathing. Okay. This is a possibility. Another possibility is I started counting 1, 2, 3, and I had to close my hands, and then I forgot to open my hands, or I was thinking about the dog, about the plant, about the seed, about the story, about the test, about what I'm gonna eat for lunch, that I want to have ice cream, I don't want to eat rice and beans. Lots of thoughts. And I want you to put it into the paper again, okay? So now you are going to register whatever you want, whatever you feel like about this second breathing exercise. Write it down. I'm going to give you some time as well. Let me know as you are done. Remember that you can also share with me what you are drawing and the colors that you've been using. Okay? All the colors, that's amazing, B. That's very cool. Let me know once you're finished. Done? Okay, B. Great. So now we are going to go for a more formal meditation. Okay? If you are sitting on a chair, you can just stay in the position that we already decided, or you can either sit on the floor if you'd like to, or on a pillow. And then you're going to cross your legs as you are Indians, like Indian legs sitting, seated. And then you can choose to hold your hands like this on the top of your lap, or you can choose to put your hands like this on the top of your knees, okay? You can choose whatever feels more comfortable. I am teaching on the chair, so I'm going to be here on the chair. When I do the meditation by myself, I like to sit on the floor. This is how I feel more concentrated, but that's fine to be on the chair as well. So now we are going to place our hands on the top of our laps. Focus on the line, on this invisible line that's holding your head high and connecting your head to the ceiling so it doesn't go like this, or like this, or this, or this. Okay? Keep it in mind. And we are going to breathe naturally again. And I want you to imagine yourself entering in a place where there are many toys and you can feel the sunlight making your skin warm. You can hear lots of people giggling and laughing. When you look at them, they have smiles on their faces. They are happy to be together. And there is this beautiful light coming from the sun. There is also lots of green. There is the grass, and there are many trees. You can see some yellow flowers coming from the trees. Then you hear a roof, roof. There is a dog. He's going after a ball. The ball's red. And he brings the ball to you, inviting you to play with him. Now we are going to keep thinking of this image, of this scenario, and keep breathing. Focus on how you feel. Are you smiling? If you are not smiling, you can keep your eyes closed, but do smile. Because life is a gift. And to see people laughing and enjoying it, and dogs playing and children having fun, is the most we can get from it. Focus on how you feel. And let's breathe in and out very calmly. Relax your shoulders and your neck. Relax your jaw and relax your tongue and your lips. Relax your eyes and your eyebrows. Relax your forehead. Relax your scalp. Relax your brain. Focus on your breathing. Where is the air going when you breathe in? And how do you feel it when you breathe out? Do you feel any stiffness? Is any part of your body sore? If it is, focus on this part and try to relax it. Let's stay here for 20 breathings. Now you calmly start moving your toes. Take a deep breath, move your lips, maybe put your cuffs up a little bit, move your hands and your fingers, maybe try to move your neck, and then very slowly start opening your eyes. The light might be a little bright, a little too bright, as it is for me now. And now I'm going to invite you to smile at me. Can you tell me how you are feeling now, Bia? Is there anybody else there? Can you tell me how are you feeling after the breathing exercise? You're calm? That's amazing. I'm feeling happy. That's great. I'm feeling this natural happiness inside of me. Then, B, I want to ask you now to draw the scene that I mentioned in the beginning of our meditation. Try to draw it. Think of the colors, think of the place. And remember that every time that you feel anxious or sad or angry, you can take yourself to this place of calm and happiness and light and nature, that this place is inside of you. You just need to remember it. And as you take your journey to this happy place inside of you, you just need to keep breathing. Sometimes when we are alone, it's more difficult to meditate. So I like to use a app, and this app helps me a lot to keep track of what I am doing when I just have like 20 minutes or when I only have like 5 minutes to meditate. It helps me a lot. It's called Insight Timer. I'm gonna open it so you can see. It's called Insight Timer. This is the face of it. Let me go again. Okay. Okay. And then if you go here to the timer, you can choose your bell. You can choose the duration of like how long you want to stay there. And if you stay longer, you can also record how long you stayed. And I like to choose some ambient sounds, but you can just choose to stay in the silence. You know, like when I am at the beach, for example, I like to listen to the sound of the waves, and I like to listen to the sound of the wind going through the leaves of the trees. So I usually don't choose a soundtrack, let's say like that, for my meditation. But when I am here at home and there are too many cars going by, I like to use the soundtracks. There is this one that I like a lot that is a rainy sound, so it sounds like it's raining. It's pretty soothing. And you can also choose the starting bell. If you are trying to meditate for a longer time, you can choose like 3 interval bells, you know? So you are going to keep track of how long you've done already, maybe if it's an important thing for yourself, if it's too difficult to keep there, because meditating is not about not thinking. This is what most people say, yeah? When you meditate, you don't think. But it's impossible. I think I already talked to you about it, yeah, B? It's impossible not to think because this is what our brain does. If we stop thinking, we are going to be dead, brain dead, because this is what our brain does. So the thing is, when we are meditating, we are focused on only one thing. We are focused on the present, which is usually on our muscles, on how we feel, on our breathing. Is the air coming in and out? And at some point, we just disconnect from the thoughts. It happens very naturally. For me, for example, I start feeling very relaxed right here on my forehead, because this is always like, you know, very tense. And I start thinking and paying attention at my breathing and my posture and my muscles. And then when I realize I am relaxing everything, and the last part that I relax is this part over here. And usually I feel kind of cooler, you know, it's weird. It feels like it's cooling down. And what I do is I just stop thinking about the other things. I concentrate on this relaxing feeling that I have on my forehead, and it helps me a lot. And that's why I keep, bringing the techniques here, because it helped me a lot, and it still does, and it has helped many of my students already. And I really believe that, if there was a world where all and every child knew how to breathe and how to meditate, we would totally be living in a world that's a better place. And that's the focus of today's class. That's the message that I wanted to give. Okay? And so for us to keep on going today, as we are thinking about all these things, I want to read a story for you guys. It's from my Eric Carle collection, okay? And we've already read The Tiny Seed, which is a beautiful book. And today, I want to read a book called Pancakes, Pancakes. It's also from the same author, Eric Carle. Okay? Let's see what does it talk about. Pancakes, pancakes. Crowed the rooster. Jack woke up, looked out the window, and thought, I'd like to have a big pancake for breakfast. Look at Jack over here. Let me see if I can change the position of the book. Jack's mother was already up and busy. Mother, said Jack, I'd like to have a big pancake for breakfast. I'm busy and you will have to help me, said the mother. How can I help? Asked Jack. We'll need some flour, she replied. Do you think Jack could get some flour? Do they have flour in a package? Let's take a look. No, they didn't have flour in a package like we do here in the city. Take a sickle and cut as much wheat as the donkey can carry. Then take it to the mill. The miller will grind it into flour. When Jack had cut enough wheat, he put it on the donkey's back and took it to the miller. Look, how much wheat did he get? Can you grind this wheat for me? He asked. I need it for a big pancake. First, we must separate the grain from the chaff, said the miller. He gave Jack a flail and spread the wheat onto the ground. Look, the wheat is all onto the ground, and they need to separate it. The miller took another flail and began to beat the wheat with it. Jack helped with the threshing, and soon there was a big pile of straw and chaff and a small pile of grain. My goodness. So there is a lot of straw, there is a lot of chaff, but just a little bit of grains. Look. The miller poured the grains on a large flat stone. On top of it was a round milestone connected to the water wheel on the outside. The water wheel turned round and round, turning the milestone round and round too, to grind the grain into flour. At last, the miller handed Jack a bag of flour. Only one bag of flour for all that wheat he collected. Here's the flour, shouted Jack. Let's make a pancake. But his mother said, now we need an egg. Jack went to the black hen and fed her some grain that had slipped into his pocket while he had been thrashing. Cluck, cluck, said the black hen, and went inside the hen house. Then she said, cluck, cluck, once more and laid an egg. Here's an egg, shouted Jack. Let's make a pancake. But his mother said, now we need some milk. Jack went to the spotted cow and began to milk her. Moo, moo, said the spotted cow as the milk was squirted into the pail. Here's the milk, shouted Jack. Let's make a pancake. But his mother said, we need some butter. Jack got the butter, churn, and held it between his knees. His mother scooped the cream from the top of the milk and put it into the butter churn. Can you see? They got the upper part of the milk and dropped it in the churn. Jack pushed the churn handle and up and down, up and down. Finally, the cream turned into butter. Here's the butter, shouted Jack. Let's make a pancake. But his mother said, we need to build a fire. Jack went to the wood shop. Woodshed. Oh my goodness. Sometimes it's difficult to read upside down. Jack went to the woodshed and brought some firewood. Here's the firewood, shouted Jack. Let's make a pancake. But his mother said, wouldn't you like to have something sweet on your pancake? So Jack went down to the cool cellar and pulled a jar of strawberry jam from one of the shelves. Look, he's using a candle to get the strawberry jam in the cool cellar because there were no refrigerators. Here's the strawberry jam, shouted Jack. Let's make the pancakes. In the kitchen, Jack's mother had filled the table with the flour, the egg, the milk, the butter. There was also a mixing bowl, a cup, a wooden spoon, a ladle, a frying pan, a plate, a knife, fork, and spoon, and a jar of strawberry jam. Yummy, yummy. I love strawberry jam. And his mother said, put a cup full of flour into the bowl. Break an egg into the flour and stir. Pour a cup ladleful of milk over the flour and the egg and stir again until the batter is smooth and without lumps. Jack's mother heated the frying pan over the fire and added a piece of butter. The butter melted fast. Then she said to Jack, "Now pour a ladleful of batter into the hot pan." After a minute or two, she looked at the underside of the pancake. It was golden brown. "Now watch," she said. "I'll turn the pancake over. Ready?" "Ready," shouted Jack. "Flip," said his mother. Up and over went the pancake high into the air and landed right in the pan. In another minute or two, the pancake was crispy and on the underside as well. On the underside as well. Then she slipped the pancake from the frying pan onto the plate and spread some strawberry jam on it. And now, Jack, his mother started to say, but Jack said, "Oh, Mama, I know what to do now." What did he have to do? He had to eat the pancake. So, what am I reading this book after our meditation? Because I'd like to ask you to think about, how did Jack feel when his mother asked for his help? Do you think he felt angry or like, bored, he didn't want help? How do you think he felt? I think he felt pretty glad, he wanted pancakes. So he knew he had to help because they cannot just have the things there stored at home when you live in a farm back in times when people didn't have electricity to have a refrigerator at home, So this is the message that I want to bring. Try to do things with pleasure. Try to do the things in your life in a way that you feel happy. Look at things in a positive side, And if anything happens to you and you feel down and you feel, sorry for yourself or angry or bored, remember that you can always choose how you feel. And sometimes bad things happens and that's okay. We have to accept it as well. And sometimes we have to feel this sadness and our downsides. But we have to keep in mind that we can choose to feel happy again, that we can choose to feel calm, that we can choose to treat people with respect and look at life in a very positive way. That's my message for today. Okay, B? And I'll see you our next class on Wednesday. I hope you enjoyed today's live. And next week, you tell me, try to do the meditation every day, B, and tell me how you feel after all, okay? We'll talk next class. Bye-bye. It was a pleasure to be here.